Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our first video lecture. This one will be focused on Chapter 1 of our text. And in this chapter, we're going to do an introduction into audit and assurance. This is a very conceptual chapter. We're going to look at a lot of different terminology and definitions and kind of get an introduction into the field of audit. I want to first start out talking about some differences in a few terms that people maybe misuse sometimes in the accounting field. So the words assurance, attestation, and auditing are kind of used interchangeably, and they are very closely related, but they don't mean exactly the same thing. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page and understanding what these terms mean, especially if you're going to practice in the field of audit, or as an accountant, you want to be very specific with the language you use. So all three of these terms have some similar characteristics. First off, they're discussing when an independent accounting firm is basically looking at the work prepared by others. In the case of an audit, you'd be looking at the financial statements prepared typically by the internal accounting department within a company. And we're trying to give assurance about the credibility of the information. So a written report is going to be prepared, whether it's an assurance engagement, an attestation engagement, or an audit. All right, we're going to follow these three general characteristics. Now, where we differ is specifically on how these terms are used. So assurance is more of a high-level term that covers actually both attestation and auditing. So auditing and attestation kind of fall under their subcategories basically of assurance. And we can see here assurance services specifically are independent professional services improving the quality of information. All right, so an audit falls under this umbrella. An audit is improving, the quality of information. A company publishes their financial statements. People, investors, maybe as end users, they want to have sufficient assurance that basically this information has been correctly prepared. So that's the auditor's job. They go in there, they make sure that these financial statements are actually, in fact, giving us an accurate portrait of what's going on with the company. So an audit is one form of assurance service. Another type of assurance service that's kind of somewhat different from an audit is web security. So a CPA firm might be hired to come in and take a look at a company's web security, making sure that they have protocols put in place to safeguard information and company data. Of course, maybe a CPA might not be super experienced with web security, but they might have other professionals that come in and oversee that. So basically, the firm would come in, kind of look at the procedures in place, and then provide a written report detailing as whether this company actually has good protocols in place. So that's an assurance service, which isn't necessarily an audit. So be aware, an audit is an assurance service, but not all assurance services are audits. And notice when we talk about assurance services, we're using this word independent. An independent professional is conducting the assurance service, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a CPA. All right, so in the case of the web security, you could have an IT professional that's providing this assurance. Now, if we kind of look at this umbrella here, this gives a breakdown of kind of how these terms are interrelated. So notice assurance services, it's kind of the outer edge of the umbrella. Attestation services, audit services fall under assurance services. So these are both kind of subcategories of assurance services. We talked about website security as one form of assurance service. Data integrity kind of is similar to website security. Those two things sometimes go hand in hand. Risk advisory services may be looking at a company's operations and trying to delve in to see if the risks they are taking are kind of worth the rewards. That's a service that can be provided by a CPA firm or another outside party, which isn't necessarily an audit. But audit and attestation services, they're also considered to be assurance services, so they're kind of subcategories of assurance services. Notice attestation services, these are things like review of historical financial statements. So a review is very similar to an audit, but it's kind of watered down. It's not as in depth. So all companies that are publicly traded in the United States are required by the SEC to have a yearly audit. So a private company that's not selling its securities to the public, they're not required to have an audit, but occasionally maybe they're going to try to get a bank loan, or for whatever case, they might want to have kind of a review. So basically this is giving limited assurance that the financial statements have been correctly prepared. An audit is giving reasonable assurance, which is kind of a higher level of assurance. So we're going to talk a lot in the future about reviews, agreed upon procedures, examinations of financial forecasts, things that fall under this layer of attestation services. But just for today's purposes, I want you to be aware attestation services are kind of a subcategory of assurance services. Audits are very specific. It's also a form of an attestation service, but it's a very specific type of it. So notice this part of the umbrella, it kind of falls under these two other categories. Audit services are specifically looking at audits of internal controls for a company or audits of historic financial statements. And that's probably what you first thought of when you signed up for this class. You think of auditing, you're thinking about actually looking at a company's financial statements, making sure they're prepared typically in accordance with GAAP. And that's what we're going to focus most of our attention in the course on auditing. But we will also look at some of these other services that are provided by CPA firms as well. So just to talk in a little bit more detail about attestation services, notice we have this word independent practitioner. We're going to see that's a little bit different than the independent CPA that audits financial statements. So again, attestation services aren't as specific as audits. So we use this term practitioner as opposed to auditor when we're talking about like a review of financial statements or agreed upon procedures. So notice again, I kind of brought this up in the last slide. When we have an attestation service, the written report, it doesn't use as extensive of procedures. So the practitioner is giving limited assurance. Basically, they're signing off on the financial statements saying we conducted a review. We're giving you limited assurance that we believe these financial statements are prepared in accordance with GAAP or IFRS or whatever the case may be. So this is kind of a watered down version of an audit. And again, when we talk about audits, we're very specifically just looking at two different types of services. First off, audits of financial statements, which we're kind of familiar with, where the auditor typically is going to give reasonable assurance that the financial statements were prepared properly in accordance with GAAP. The second one, which you might not be as familiar with, is audits of internal control. So you see this kind of abbreviation here, ICFR, that stands for internal control over financial reporting. So public companies in the U.S. are required not only to have their financial statements audited, but also the procedures they use to ensure good internal control, those get audited by CPA as well. So a little later in this chapter, we're going to talk about the different kind of rules and regulations that govern both the audits of financial statements and also the rules that govern the audits of internal control.